So next we have Section 11, Becoming Those Who Pilfer. So I'll give it a moment. Alright, let's go. Class of the enemies is Assassin, Lancer, Berserker. This should work. The casters can take care of the Assassin, and Proto can take care of the rest. Let's go. Boom, boom. Wonder if there's been any announcements for other future things with Fate. Grand Order is NA. I doubt it, but you never know. This area stopped receiving food from the capital a long time ago. The capital also lays first claim to any demonic beasts the hunters catch here. This is why the Yaga had no choice but to revolt. It was the only choice if they wished to survive. Securing a food supply was our most important order of business as well. It was simply not possible to grow enough grain to feed everyone. So we worked together with other villages to hunt demonic beasts and share their meat. That was enough to get by, at least until now. Why did this food supply suddenly run out? The rebel army simply grew faster than we expected. There are more mouths to feed now. We have no right to turn anyone away after all. A lot of youngsters around here. Ever occurred to you to turn them away, Atalanta? No, their mothers and fathers have all vowed to fight to ensure their children do not go hungry. That system where the weak to be left behind to die is precisely what they wish to fight against. As such, the rebel army is honor-bound to keep the children alive. Can't say you're being exactly objective about this, are you? No. Hell yeah, that's great. Sure, I'm glad I decided to sign on with y'all. That aside, even as matters stand, our food reserves should have been sufficient to keep us fed for some time. Oh, you mean the storehouse? Storehouse? Should be alright to tell you now. We had a hidden storehouse that only 60 of our members knew about. You know, speaking in the past tense, I'm guessing eventually that ain't around no more. That's right. We were storing roughly 30% of all our foods there. When our storehold reserves fell low enough, we would restock them from the storehouse, but now that storehouse is gone, isn't it? Indeed, I am told the opportunity found our Yaga as they were carrying food out. Then they burned down the storehouse and killed everyone there. They burned it down? The opportunity had no need for food. No matter how much they risked the country from starving, they will always fear the Tsar's glory above all else. You see, they are almost certainly Ivan the Terrible's no phantasm as we suspected. But then how can he maintain his no phantasm for all hours of day like this? To do so would consume an incredible amount of magical energy. No, that can't be right. The law of equivalent exchange simply wouldn't allow that. Ew. Equivalent exchange. I know some smatterings about it from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Right, that may be difficult for a human like you to understand, but Yaga require a tremendous amount of food and can starve very quickly. On average, a human can go as many as 7 days without food as long as they have access to water. But Yaga can only last for food without 3 days before they die of starvation. Wow. On top of that, the average Yaga requires several times the calories per day of the average human. This is the plight that every Yaga faces. If they are to survive in this northern tundra, they must consume vast quantities of food. I see, that doesn't make sense. I apologize for this example, but it reminds me of a certain species of rat. This rat would need to eat constantly or would burn too many calories and die on the spot. Is that really the best example you could come up with? At any rate, with so many Yaga, we could dedicate all our resources to hunting and still not have enough food to feed them all. And we have precious little food before we run out entirely. Alright, how do we resolve this? I had hoped it would not come to this, but under the circumstances, we have no choice but to steal food from the city of this Yaga Smolsk. Yaga Smolsk is situated some distance away from both the frontier and the capital, and it's relatively few Opportunity guards guarding it. You want to steal food? And from my town. I see no alternative, though I agree that is the most distasteful move. I know that. But we must consider the children and elderly who cannot survive long without food. Even then, it's a catch-22. Should we devote all our food to them, our soldiers on the front will find themselves too weak to fight. Please understand, I know this is one of the worst moves the rebel army could make. That's why I've chosen the city's most loyal to the Tsar. Further, we will not be taking all of their food. We will send as many soldiers as we are able, and attempt to negotiate secure food. However, this time we will not give them the option of refusal. We will leave with all the supplies you require, whether they agree to or not. I can only hope we take just enough that neither we nor they end up starving. That's gonna be tough. I mean, they've already got heaps of food stored away, but yeah, they've already got a bunch of good amount of grease on the ground they like to keep for themselves. That's how they do things there. They just don't make sure they got enough just to eat. They always make a bundle by off excess. When they have problems like up to the opportunity, they never have to worry about starving. They've got made here, there, just as much as they do up in Moscow. Some Yaga are some Yaga they are. They should be ashamed of themselves. Hey, you don't think you guys would do the same thing if you were in the position? None of them has to be in that situation. It still took every one of their lives. Everyone who lives there, everything they had to build that city. It's not like they're all living up there. Some of them couldn't hunt and end up starving to death. Still, even having said all that, I bet it does seem like they've gotten made compared to life in a village. But that doesn't mean they're bad guys, or that it's okay to do whatever you want to them. You from there or something? I was before they kicked me out. I'm not gonna defend them. I'm not against stealing their food either. But they're still Yaga, just like you and me. Don't forget that. Paxi is right. We'll not have any harm come to the city's residents. That was always the plan, but make doubly sure that the soldiers know that. If any one of you so much as touches a hair on a child's head, I'll fill you with so many arrows you will wonder when you become a hedgehog. Is a hedgehog some kind of demonic beast? Right, I forgot who I was talking to for a moment. I don't know, we will take what we need to survive. No more. If they think us evil for doing so, let them. Our goal is to defeat Ivan the Terrible, and to purge the opportunity from the world. Once we do that, this frozen empire will finally sit on, the tides of history will once again begin to move. Soldiers, take up your arms. Geez, for someone without a charisma skill, she can sure rile them up. Good grief, so they're left with no choice but to stage an uprising. Rather than let some of them starve to death. Besides, isn't this a welcome turn of events for us? Warfare is one thing, guerrilla warfare is one thing, but we still have far too few soldiers to think about fighting the opportunity head on. As of now, the resistance movement consists of us, the rebel army, Eversborn, Mistadlon, Billy, and Werewolf. Eversborn's golems may have something of an equalizing factor, but we still need at least one more capable ally. One more ally, you say? Well, we know there's someone out there that knows about Chaldea. Paxi, are you sure you're okay with this? You got Smolensk is your hometown, right? Yeah, I'm fine with that. I've already given up on it anyway. Besides, it sounds like the leader's gonna make sure soldiers take it easy on them. I don't know if it will be that simple. Why not Eversborn? Ron, I'm a servant, so I still have memories of my old life. I believe I know a little something about proper human history, as well as the history of this world. The way I see it, I'm afraid there are very, very few instances all of time, past, present, and where plundering of this sort went off without a hitch. At worst, this couple could lead to a full-blown massacre. That's... Oh, it's perfectly likely, Mash. Even proper human history is chock full of people who were smarter than me and more powerful than me, and heaps of them were miles worse than I ever even dreamed of. And I think you know just as well as I do. And I know to a certainty that if I had that kind of power, I'd have done some terrible things. Good intentions notwithstanding, massacres can still occur. And this is a particular situation will be especially fraught with danger. First off, all the Yaga in Proxy's hometown and the Yaga and the rebel army do not enjoy the same quality of life. And as we saw earlier, the rebel Yaga resent them for choosing stability and swearing fealty to the Tsar and the Zaporozhye. We cannot be certain that this resentment will not transform into a small rabbit into a massacre. I won't let that happen. I'm afraid that is a promise you cannot keep. What was that? Massacre is not always some sinister thing arranged by evil men who seek to murder the innocent. They are likely to they are like brush fires, sparking and spreading out of control. Hoaxes, history, hatred, misinformation, suspicion, racial discrimination, disparity of wealth, pride, panic, propaganda. All these things mix together into a nightmare slurry. What is more, these things do not happen gradually, as in the proverbial slippery slope. What happens is that the frustration and discontent continue to build up to a breaking point until the tiniest spark causes a tremendous explosion. If we were on the defending side, it would be simply a matter of keeping the would-be victims safe. But as we are on the aggressive side, that's not an option. And there's nothing we can do? Damn it. Let's keep the damage to the minimum. And we should focus all our efforts on defeating the Opportunity as swiftly as possible. The worst possible scenario would be if the Opportunity and the rebel army would wage battle in the city with the residents caught in the crossfire. Fair point. The rebels would assume the city's residents side with the Opportunity, and the Opportunity would think nothing of slaughtering the residents to get through the rebels. This would leave no one willing or able to rescue the residents. Therefore, we must eliminate the factor that might lead to a massacre before it has a chance to cause the situation to escalate. Would that be acceptable, Master? Sounds good. Let's do it. Understood. In that case, I have a request to make. The rebel army still needs some time to prepare for leaving for the city. During that time, I would like to gather as many materials as possible in order to build a wall. A wall? Indeed, a wall of golems. Ooh, that sounds potent. Golem wall. The ultimate shield. The second most ultimate shield behind MASH. Hoorah. Okay. Oh, there was battle in this. I forgot that. Derp. I don't think I'm going to be going for more than another half an hour, probably. If that. Just as a statement. Because my throat is actually starting to really bother me with all this speaking. And yeah. So not sure how much longer, just a little bit at least. Might see what the next section entails before making a decision though. That last golem's gonna be a survivor, isn't it? Unless we start getting some good crits here. There we go, mainland, and the crit. Didn't need the crit. Nice. Boom, boom, boom. Pure Buster. I feel like we could have got through it. Crit, we might. We still might. Hey, we did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. And then it's 20. Game. What's with all these enemies? They're not bad, but sheer numbers, you know? Like 20 enemies in one wave? Them's mad numbers, man. Mad numbers. And of course, the last one's probably going to be stronger than the rest of them. Because that's just how things go in the games. I would prefer if you don't kill my waiver. Please, game. Do not kill a waiver. Get some HP regen going on. Now see, if I could wipe them all out in one move, then I would not have to worry about them freaking damaging. Are you kidding me? 13 health. Seriously. Proto, you couldn't finish that one guy off. How despicable. You disgust me. No. We're gonna probably finish. I should have waited until next turn. Whatever. High crit odds. Good. Good. And it's a guaranteed. There we go, there we go. That's what I like to see. And pretty good. Nice. Close, but no scar. 8 left. They are getting a little bit stronger, it looks like. Just a little bit. Nice crit. here comes the poison. Okay. Doot. Doot. Go for the higher crit chances. Nice. Oh, so close. We have another garden. Probably the wrong order. I should have done Proto-Arthur before Merlin's Buster, but that's my fault. If Merlin crits, though, it will be a moot point. Merlin did not crit. Point was not mooted. Okay. Still one more death, and the final one will come out to play. Final wave, at least. Which is just one enemy. Nice. And you've gotta be freaking mother trucking son of a bleeping bleeperson. I'm just very, very much glad that I brought Proto here, because this is a huge enemy. We're gonna get overcharge damage. Hoorah. Get crit stars too. Guarantee that Proto is just going to Shrek this fool. Even if the MP is the only thing that's Buster, it's still worth it. BAQ. Not bad. And there we go. Good job, Proto. I was worried it was just going to be a big big golem, but it was a Hydra thing, which is kind of harder, but when you have plenty of build-up, not so much. Alrighty then. Nothing really new or unique there, so onwards we go. Building a wall of golems with Avisbrun. Got the golem course. Damn, but I'm beat. Excellent. It seems this version of Rush is well suited for golem making. Wish I got help too. These obscures are so scrawny, I can't imagine you doing anything with them. Alright, I got a little bit meat. Not much, but it's better than not eating. Very well, I keep working to as many golems as I can in the time we have. Let me know when the royal army is about to move out. Got it. Shan, come over here and get them this fellow sent. It is adorable. Are you sure he can? Good point. You seem like he ain't got much of an odor, do you? How about he learns the smell of your earth, making up these golem leaves instead? It does seem like it would work better. Alright, I will await your message. Okay, got it. Let's head back then. Yeah, it sounds like a rebellion. I mean, you can almost cut the tension with a knife. Of course, the excursion will be nothing like the small-scale skirmishes we have been waging thus far. Not to mention this is a very real risk that we may have to deal with a large number of Operachiki. Adelante! What is it, Chaldeans? Something on your mind? Yes, as a matter of fact. What's on our mind? A massacre, huh? True, it would be dishonest of me to say that the possibility never crossed my mind. But what of it? I have a duty to keep these rebels safe. False to me save the parents attempting to atone for their children's death with their own lives. I understand that this is not the sort of majestic act that will stop a nightmarish chain of events. However, so long as the massacre remains only a possibility, not a certainty, I cannot concern myself with it. So you know what it feels like to be a soldier given the food meant for starving children, just so you do not collapse from hunger on the battlefield. Perhaps that is a truly contemptible thing that neither the Tsar nor their Operachiki. But this is the very world for making it possible to nearly grow grain here. The world itself, huh? At any rate, there is still some time before we depart. Pass on your concerns to the soldiers myself. Thank you, Adelana. It's almost more than I can bear, so. Like Billy and Beowulf, I have no memory of fighting to restore humanity, but is fighting, saving the world, supposed to be this painful? I cannot tell that any longer. Yeah, it can be, I suppose. Metropolitan Marcerius, the Tsar wishes to see you.
Does he now? How unusual for him to wake up at this time of day. He must have had a bad dream. Very well, I'll be right there.
Do hurry, please. If you upset him, he may not survive. Even you may not survive his ire.
That could be difficult to get his spy chap to sway the Tsar's decisions. I simply cannot tell him what he wishes to hear at the exclusion of all else. I must be frank, even if he may not like what I have to say, isn't that the rule of the Metropolitan Marcerius?
Metropolitan Marcerius, huh? May I ask you something, Father?
Of course.
I cannot tell what it is you want. I can't tell what your ultimate goal is. And I can't tell what you really think.
I desire what you would desire, Grand Duchess. You and I wish for the same thing. I promise you that much is true. If you were to ask to choose a side, I would absolutely choose yours.
Huh?
Forgive me. That was a joke in poor taste. Just the improper remarks of a foolish man. To you, that must have sounded like downright abusive. Please, forget I said anything. I'm here to do my job, nothing more. Even if I must reduce myself to a pawn in the process. I'm here to sing the praises of survival, to offer condolences upon death, to confer blessings to all men of life, and to bring salvation to the forlorn soul of this eternal tundra. Right now, that is all I'm concerned with, Your Imperial Highness.
I see. Go on. Go on, you shouldn't keep this all waiting.
Good, he's gone. I still have no idea what that guy's really thinking.
It's strange, I don't distrust him as much as you do.
You're kidding me, he's one of the servants that not even Wodemic can control. You know, the guys Wodemic calls disciples of the foreign god. In some ways, they're even more trouble than Chaldea.
Hey, Akabara! Welcome, welcome, and that is fine, that is fine. That is fine, that is fine. That's true. I know we shouldn't trust them, just like we shouldn't trust Koyan. But for some reason, I really do feel like Father Marcerius is going to stick with us to the end, no matter what.
I know you're there, Gottlieb. I'm also probably not going to be going for too much longer, because I've been going for almost 6 hours now, and my throat is starting to kill me! Are you here to anger the Tsar, Marcerius? He's dreaming peacefully now. Do not wake him. It's my duty as a Metropolitan of Moscow to inform the Tsar of how his companions are faring. Do not worry, we'll not make an ordeal of it. Can I share hope next stream? That will be on Monday, and it will be the continuation of this. I can promise you that. I'm not going to finish it tonight. I have no idea how far along we are, even. Tsar allowed his anger to get the better of him not too long ago and ended up wiping an entire village off the map. He feels very bad about that, you see, so I imagine he will devote to a prayer for some time as penance. Is that all? If you have nothing to say to the Tsar, then I assume you will have something to say with me. What is it? I was just curious as to how you are feeling now that you have materialized as a servant. After all, you and I are much alike. Neither of us would be generally expected to become a heroic spirit. It's only thanks to finding a suitable human body that we were able to become servants. And it is nice being a servant. No need to worry about wasted time on sleep or meals. But of course, just because that is possible, doesn't mean it's pleasant. Gottlieb, you must be tired of doing nothing but playing the piano all day. Now's your chance to fulfill your true purpose as a servant. You are to leave for Kazan. A band of rebels comprised of ex-nobility has taken the city over. Go there with the opportunity and wake them all as soon as possible. You want me to leave my piano? What are you thinking? Worry not, I will handle your duties in absence. They were mine before you were summoned, after all. Rest assured the Tsar will be duly pacified while you are gone. Very well. Make sure you do a good job, Maestro. If you don't, this Lostbelt will be subject to even more torturous hell. Is there not someone to ensure that hell endures? Fine, then I will kill them all. Make sure the Upshrinshki can keep up with me. Somebody fetch me a bicorn. Ooh. I wish you good luck, Gottlieb. Or would you prefer to call Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart? Thank you, I shall ensure those who defy this army with swift and terrible death. Just as surely as my own death was arranged by the man in grey. Father Marcelius. My beloved wife, Anastasia, has informed me of what has been happening. She tells me you've been traveling the land, spreading peace and preaching my gospel in my stead. It is a pleasure to see you again, Your Imperial Majesty. It fills my heart with joy to see you doing so well today. If the people living on the frontier of Russia are ignorant of your glory, it must be that I must head there at once to enlighten them. But as you can see, I am too old and frail. I'm afraid I can only serve in your stead for so long. My deepest wish is that your wounds will soon heal so that you may reassure your subjects in person. Yes, you are right. You must be the only one who dares reprimand or criticize. You must be the only one who dares to reprimand or criticize me. It's like a dream. Yes, just like a dream. It's like my Russia as it once was. I seek peace all for the sake of love. Anastasia. Anastasia, light of my life. I will never lose you again. Russia must remain forevermore. Marcerius, you are the one man worthy of my trust. Tell me, is the frontier still a lawless, forsaken land? Not at all, Tsar. The Yak know of you, and have nothing but respect and admiration for you. That is entirely thanks to your gods patrolling the land to maintain peace and order. The only problem is that there are not quite enough of them. I see, that I shall bolster the Operanchki's numbers. I shall send them even to the cities in the farthest reaches of the land. Will that do, Marcerius? Indeed it will. That is just what is needed. Do that, and all the Yak will surely be able to receive your grace. Forgive me, Marcerius. I have become something dreadful. What do you mean, my Tsar? I've been alive for 450 years, and I will continue to live forever. But I'm still not strong enough. My glory as Tsar is lacking. I must bring light to all reaches of the world. I must bring love capable of withstanding this blizzard to all of the Yaka. And to do that, I must eliminate all those with evil in their hearts. I received a revelation from God. Though it may be a god from a distant land, it is very much like the god we know. This god told me to spread the glory of Russia far and wide and to condemn those worlds that did not end up like our own. They told me to wipe out the so-called proper humanity who did not see fit to save us, to eliminate the cursed Stargazers of Chaldea. But alas, I cannot take action against them myself. I have already made the mistake of acting in anger, and in consequence an entire village is gone. Those young had abandoned their faith and were negligent to pay you homage, Tsar. It is only a matter of time until they gave in to the temptations of evil and fell prey to the blizzard. You need not pity them. You may be right, and yet if only more stronger, this could have all been avoided. For God brought salvation upon this land. He gave us the dream of emptiness, the power with which to fight the other Lostbelts. Thanks to the foreign gods blessing the entire world, and one day be just like this Russia. I do not care for that power. I may be the rightful ruler of the world, but would I rule if the entire world were frozen solid? I'm the great Tsar. The Tsar cannot make mistakes. The Tsar can never err. This time the glory of my great Russia will know no bounds. I will make sure of it. And to do that, I need the Operanchki, my faithful hunting dogs who will lay the groundwork to make my dream possible. Marcerius, I am doing the right thing, aren't I? I must not stop now, surely. Of course you are, and of course you must not, Tsar. The time is not yet right for you to awaken. You must let your wounds heal and wait for the day when your eyes will truly open. That'll be the day of feasting and celebration, the day when the new Russia finally blooms. For now you must rest and recuperate. You must sleep. Yes. I cannot hear the piano any longer, but... Marcerius, if what you say is true, then that is what I will do. The Tsar has gone back to sleep. Russia will once again know peace, albeit temporarily. We no longer need to worry about the Tsar knocking down the Tree of Emptiness. Will this do, O foreign priestess?
Ooh. So people can see her. Interesting.
I can't tell if she's happy or upset. Even if I cannot understand her language, I should at least learn to read her expressions, or I'll never be able to listen to her confessions.
Of course, Kotomine wants to listen to confessions. That's what he does. Alright, that is another section completed. That one was a bit longer than I anticipated. Next session has 3 parts, so because of that, because my throat is starting to kill me at this point, I think that this is going to be where we call this stream. We got a lot done, 11 sections done, plus the prologue, plus a little bit before that, so quite a bit got done. I said that after the first one, that was the last one, but I'm doing it one more time. I am splitting up all of the Lostbelt Anastasia into individual individual videos based on their sections, and they will be going up on YouTube gradually. I might do 2 a day, I'm not exactly sure. Right now, it's quite a bit of content to go up, so, you know, I might want to expedite that process. But that is the future. For now, I have been Soulrack Dragon. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, or videos, if you're watching this on YouTube. If you have, leave me some feedback in whichever way you so see fit. And if you want to check out more by me, you can either check out my Twitch, which is Soulrack Dragon, same thing as my YouTube, which is another thing you could check out, I suppose. But, yeah, once again, thank you all so much for coming out. It's been a long one, but it has been enjoyable, and I cannot wait to dive into it some more. But that will be for later. For now, though, have a fantastic evening, everybody.